Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Moneycake, and today I'm going to be unboxing the new Logitech 4K Pro webcam. Now, if you're wondering what webcam I'm using an eMeet HD 1080p webcam. I got off of Amazon. It will be linked in the description below. It is a nice webcam and all, really cheap 1080p webcam, but with off-brand type webcams, you never know if you're going to get the full experience. With this webcam, I'm not really getting 1080p like I wanted. Before I had this webcam, I had the Logitech C270 720p, and that was really good webcam. I actually kind of prefer that one over this one. So that's why I went back to Logitech to get the 4K Pro webcam. So today we're going to unbox it. First of all, knife. Gonna get a knife here. And we're going to do all of these displays and checks with it as well, so I'll show you guys the differences and a couple of cool things that it does. But here we go. So this 4K webcam is really cool because it's Ultra HD 4K. It can do 1080p with 60 FPS or 4K with 30 FPS. So even if you want to drop down from 4K to 1080p, you're gonna get an extra FPS boost, which is completely nice. Let's see here. Toss that, we don't need it. Let me see. Where's the opening? Oh, looks like it's right here. Alright, here we go. So here we go. This is the webcam. You open it up. Just like that, I guess. And then we take it off of the plastic, I hope. There we go. Easy like that. So you can instantly tell it has some weight to it. So the webcam I'm using is super lightweight. This one's heavier, so it actually should be really like stern and have a great stability. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and take this plastic off. The nice satisfaction of that, and then we snip this right here, and everything should well, it should have came off. I'm having a little bit of difficulty with this. Guess I'm just gonna have to rip it off. Whatever. And just like that. And this is the webcam. Pretty simple, I guess. I don't really know if the stand, you can take this off or not. I haven't really looked into it. I know that yeah, I know that there's this part right here has a nice opening, so it just makes it more expandable, usable for everything. You can bend it up and down. It's pretty nice. Charging point is in the back. Looks like we have another, or not charging point, the connecting thing. And then the Logitech has two actual points, and I think it has a flashlight on it too. So we'll go ahead and open the rest of this box if we can. I would like to be able to. I'm just gonna rip through this, honestly. It's not like I'm gonna use the box again. They really do compact this box though, so that is that's a key. That really does help, but not when you're trying to get everything out. It's kind of a pain in my butt. Toss that. Alright, here we go. So we got our cord. Oh, here we go. This is for your privacy, so you just go ahead and pop this on top like that, and there you go. Now you have your privacy case, thingy-majiggy, whatever you want to call it. So now you can close it whenever you feel like. So that's cool. It's a plus. Helps out. Couple instruction manuals. Okay, so reading this, you are able to take off this. It should be a screw. It says it's a screw, at least. Screw on, screw off. I'm not gonna really mess with it because I still need this, but if you have a webcam stand that involves a screw, this webcam does work with that. I just don't know how to take this off quite yet. I would have to go through this instruction manual. It just says right here that it screws off, but yeah, whatever. It's all good. Alright, so this, what is this? This looks like a cloth or carrier for it. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, so it's a It's a nice baggie to help carry your webcam. So if you're traveling or moving with it and you need it, nice baggie to help protect it. Nice and carried. That's pretty cool. Never got one of those before. And then this is your cord that connects to the webcam to help it, well, actually run. Looks like you have a long unneeded cord. Pretty big charging, or pretty big port to go into it. But just goes like that. And yeah, that's about it. Let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and plug it into the computer, and we'll show you what it looks like right now. Okay, y'all, so I am in the Logitech base main hub for the webcam. So I have the webcam set up right now, and you might see that this is the default view. This is what we're looking at. This is what would happen when you get the webcam. So I mean, it looks cool and all, but I mean, obviously, so there's some lighting features and stuff that you might want to focus and you might want to change depending on what you do. So what you do is you go over and you're on your main thing, and you can change this camera mode from default. You can do streaming mode, which basically zooms it in, tries to clarify, makes the field of view change, but you can always just like change this however you want. These are the streaming things. This is video call settings, and this is the default. And then you can just make your own. You can go ahead and you can add new camera mode, and you can go ahead and change the zoom how you like. See, this thing really zooms, but it looks really kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna change that off from auto focus. You can major focus this as well. So you can go ahead and move it side to side until your focus is pretty intense, the way you like it. Change the exposure if you want. From auto, you can change it. More light the merrier, depending on how you like it. Obviously, this looks a little weird. You change the priority to frame rate rather than exposure, depending on how you like it. Go over to your video settings. Black and white, zombie. Let's get out of 100% zoom. Let's go out. So this is 100% zoom. It's 500% zoom. Middle, it's about there. But obviously, I think if you're gaming or if you're streaming, you're gonna want a farther field of view. Also, my FPS is really like kind of horrible right now. So we gotta change that. We're gonna actually just go to our default settings. We're gonna go to our video though. Looks like they gave you a couple of filters to go through. I don't know why that one's called zombie, black and white, cartoon. Kind of cool, you know, none. It's all nice. You can change your brightness depending on how you want it. Contrast, all that stuff. We can add new filter, change our brightness, whether you like it dark or you like it light. Change your contrast depending on how you like it. The sharpness is kind of cool. White balance, saturation. You can change all these different color effects. It just really depends on what you personally want to do with the webcam. I'm just gonna go back to none, and these are back to the default views. Yeah, that is it's pretty much how we do it. Let me see here. So obviously you can go ahead and change what you want depending on how you want to do it. So if it's gonna take me a little bit to go through all this, make it a little bit better. Obviously if you're streaming, like I said, you want to be at 100% zoom. You want the most field of view that you can have. So keep it with the zoom at 100 and keep the field of view at 90. There's no point of dropping this. You want the most look as you can. Focus and exposure. If you're sitting close to your webcam, so if you're within arm's length of webcam, so if I put my arm out right here, so if I'm gaming right here and I put my arm out, my arm is right basically at the webcam. So I'm gonna personally put my focus all the way down because I'm within arm's range. But if you're more closer in on your webcam and just are like a closer person, you're going to want to put your focus more towards the right because you're more closer into the thing. But since I'm arm length away, I'm going to have my focus all the way out. Exposure is just basically how you want your room lit. Of course, there are video settings over here with your brightness, contrast, sharpness, white balance, and saturation that you can work on. And then this priority measure, it just depends how, are you looking for more of are you looking for more FPS or your frame rate? Are you trying to keep your frame rate better so your movement is faster, or are you trying to keep your exposure more aligned? So it really just depends on what you want to do. I'm more of a frame rate type of guy. I like moving and stuff. Really depends. Honestly, I'm just gonna have auto exposure. I'm just gonna let it do it for me. And then don't know what HDR is, but I'm sure you guys can let me know in the chat or in the comments. Alright, I'm gonna go over into OBS and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys basically what OBS can do and how to set it up. So I'll be with you in 1 second. So when you're in OBS, obviously you have your screen showing. You're just going to go ahead over to here. You want to click your add sources, and I just use regular OBS, OBS 27.2.4. You're going to want to add a video capture device. Name it what you want. Usually when I'm doing this, I go based on the numbers, so I go 4K webcam, just based like that. And oh, there it is, Logitech Brio already showing up. So with this, you can actually change the amount of FPS and resolution you want. So we can change this FPS. We could change our resolution 1920 by 1080, like that. And there we go. Now we have a full big screen of webcam, and it actually looks pretty decent. I mean, look at the FPS on this. This is like pretty quick. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually doing this really quick and it's keeping up with me, so the FPS on this is pretty nice. I'm not 100% sure if this is the okay, so this is 60 FPS. This is 60 FPS on 4K, I think. We're gonna go to 30 FPS, 30 frames per second. So you see how it slows down a little bit. Then we're going to go to 15 FPS. And now it's mega glitchy, mega slow. But then we crank that thing back to the highest FPS, 60. And it is just moving so smoothly with us. So this looks really quite cool, actually. I'm actually really happy with how this looks. Then you have a bunch of buffering stuff, color changing, color range, particles, full. It really depends on what you're looking for. Resolution, just really depending on how big you want the webcam to be. So obviously, if I was going to set up my webcam, I usually put it in the bottom left corner, and I'm more of a smaller type of guy. I don't like it too big and too small, so I usually go about this size. This is about my usual size. So when you're watching someone play a game, I'm gonna just throw that away. If you're watching someone play a game, obviously with a smaller webcam, you're gonna see that you're actually moving really quite quickly on it, so the FPS is really catching on, and the video settings they look pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, the lighting isn't that, and the lighting is the least impressive based on what I'm looking at. Also, I put my thing too far down. That's a bummer. I'm gonna have to get that back. So based on the lighting, I mean, lighting's always like the most important part when you're doing a thing or a game. So you want to make sure you have your lighting good. Right now my lighting's horrible because I just have my light that's going on in the back, and I have a fan going around it, so the lighting isn't picking up. But what I'm looking at with the amount of frames you get, and then if you keep it low, this looks really clean in my opinion. I think this is one of the better, cheaper 4K webcams out there. Especially if you want to drop to 1080p, then you get the 60 FPS. But if you go 4K, you only get 30 FPS. So actually, I'm probably only in 1080p right now. So imagine if you kick it up to 4K, you know, It really just depends on what you want to do. But that is going to be the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate everyone who's being here, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you guys subscribe though. Peace.